What is going on, everybody? We got a very, very tight up look at your illustration there, buddy. Good evening, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Drawing Conclusions. I'm your host, Randall Hampton. We've had a few technical snafus. Normally, we stream this directly on the Geeks Like Us page. Something happened where I couldn't get access to the OBS line for GLU, so we're streaming from Randall_Hampton, Randall_Hampton on Twitch, but we're hosting over at GLU like we normally would. So thanks for your patience with us while we were setting up. And literally, as we were about to go live, something happened where Bennett couldn't hear me. I don't know what happened. So, but here we are. We're here tonight. I'm super excited to hang out with you. It's been a long time since Drawing Conclusions did a show. So I'm super pumped to be back again. We're hanging out tonight. I got my good buddy Bennett back in the chair with me. We're going to hang out tonight. It's going to be dual streaming art. We're both going to be working on some stuff. We're going to be talking a lot about, just in general, we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're always going to talk about D&D because that's just what we do. It's what Bennett and I do. It's what we love. It's what we're passionate about. So we're going to talk about that quite a bit. We're also going to be talking about, we just went through the holidays. We're going to be checking with each other and seeing how that treated us, if we're doing well, if we need to, how that's hanging, and then we'll talk about whatever else comes up. We would love to hear from you guys there in chat. Shout at us. Let us know what's going on. I'm trying to get a hold of both chats here because the one for GLU and the one for Randall_Hampton. So depending on where you are, which page you are, if I don't get to your question or if I don't see you, I apologize. I really want to. So we're gonna try our best to make sure that this works. This works. We're working. Hey, all right. There's that double thing. Okay. Cool. All right. We're gonna keep that going. So. We've already got a couple people in chat. Gizmo, good to see you. Junik, good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Everybody, welcome my guest for the evening, El Benito. Tell us a little bit about yourself for those who might not know who you are.
What's up, everybody? I am Bennett. If you are a fan of the tabletop community and really nice wooden accessories, you might recognize me from Wormwood Gaming's YouTube channel, Worm Life. And if you don't, that's fine. I'm just a nerd who loves to draw and exist in all the good vibes. And Randall here has been my, I guess, corruptive influence in getting into the online streaming and doing all of my, things live to share with all of you guys.
Love it.
Beyond that, I'm a DM and a player. I love D&D. I love drawing. I love making monsters. I do all kinds of crazy stuff all over the place. Sometimes it's a little too much, but hey, we're here for a good time, not a long time, right?
I will take the blame for that. I'm fine with it. I'll own it. I'm glad to be the one that brought you into this mess. So let's enjoy it. Let's have some fun. Everybody remember to hydrate. Oh, that's what I didn't get. I didn't get a beer. I wonder if I can text my... Is it bad that I want to text my wife and see if she'll bring me a beer? Is that bad? Is that bad?
That's lazy. I don't know if it's bad.
I don't want to... we started the stream now. I went downstairs to grab some and I completely just... I was taking care of some of my kids and stuff. Only bad if she says no. I don't want to be this chauvinist guy hey, bring me a beer. But I'm on stream now. I've already started. I can't just get up and walk away.
If you put it that way.
It feels awful.
Go, hey, my beautiful life, would you be so wonderful to just bring me a drink? I'm a doofus and I forgot.
I did. I forgot to grab it. Son of a gun. Anyway. All right. So, hey, so Bennett, normally on Drawing Conclusions, we start things off... I ask you I had a questionnaire at one point. You know what? You haven't been on since I did the new questionnaire, I don't think.
I don't think so, no.
I don't think you have. I don't remember what the questions were. It was totally like inside the actor's studio kind of vibe too, which was good.
That's cool.
All right, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're working on first, right now, and then we'll
Right.
jump into and start working stuff and just kind of shooting the bull about whatever.
Sure. Yeah. Tonight I'll be working on a fun, different take on Elf on a Shelf. Now, I despise the Elf on a Shelf, and I know it's not Christmas time and all that stuff, but over the holidays I didn't get to really, do a lot of the work that I wanted to do. Uh, but I'm catching up. So, Drow on a Bow, as you can see below, a uh, also, made it a little fan servicey because why not? Because why
A little bit.
not? Merry Christmas. um, the Drow on the Bow is actually a cursed item that I am homebrewing. It is or has already shown up in my home D&D campaign that I DM in, and there's a fun little caveat that goes along with it. The party is trying to turn her back into a real girl. Um, Long story short, she was working for the BBEG under a mental spell. They helped her break it enough for her to go, I don't want to do this, but I want to stay alive because living is great, etc., and so on. Um, and right now, they're working on doing just that. But until then, she's this nice little statuette that will protect you from being surprised
Dig
and
it.
assist you, while you're asleep, while your back is turned, all that kind of stuff. She's like the anti-sneaker. Um, but she's got some abandonment issues, so don't ever forget to take her with you. Don't ever forget to take her with you. Don't ever leave her behind or try to, you know, uh, split up, because she will hunt you down and she will find you. Um, yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on. I've got all the flats going here, so we're going to work on some shading and some highlights and all that other stuff to make this, pop.
Fantastic. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I love the. This is the thing about Bennett and his work. There's so much pun happening. It's not even funny, and I love it. The alliteration with Drow on the Bow with the elf. Like I love it. But you do a lot of other stuff that's just very like wink, wink, nudge, nudge, poke, poke kind of stuff, and I dig it.
Sure.
I
Yeah,
love it. It's just fun.
it's a good time.
It's just good
Yeah, I
fun.
think right now this one is probably one of my top three. The other two is my Jack Beholder, the pumpkin beholder
Yeah, that was a good one.
for
I like that one
Halloween,
a lot.
which
There he is.
we'll slap him up here for a second. So that's my Jack Beholder, and then the good old-fashioned turducken.
We're doing the holidays. We're just hitting all the holidays.
Yeah, well, so that's the thing. Like, I have my little Etsy shop, and I do stickers and some art prints of fun D&D monsters that
Sure.
I've either homebrewed or done a take on. Um, and I had all of these lined up for one for Thanksgiving, one for Halloween, one for Christmas, and I wasn't able to do it. We had a couple of COVID scares, a lot of personal stuff going on, a lot. It was tough. It
Yeah.
was a tough couple of months, and unfortunately, I didn't get to release everything like I wanted to, and everything's going a little slow on the Etsy front, but that's okay. Um, I have them on the back burner. I have them available, and if the second, things pick up a little bit, they will be released. There'll be extra stickers. I've got some holiday themed goblins coming out. If you're not familiar with my little goblins, they're tiny, adorable, full of mischief and mayhem. And they will be all complementing, all these little holiday themes and things like that. Moving forward, though, throughout the year when I'm not doing holiday stuff, it's pretty much, creepy, devastating, and oh my gosh, look out!
Masked Elephant. Hey, it's good to see you too, man. It's been fantastic. Monster Hunters. Oh gosh, I bet. Dave, hope all's well. Can't wait to see more art coming. We've got some things coming in the mix. There's a few projects coming up that I'm excited to talk about and get out there eventually. Love a good, and Gizmo. We all love a good holiday theme. Holiday was, I think, could have been a little better for a lot of people, because
Sure. It's been a rough couple years, just for in general.
my computer is taking a lag break. So everybody, hold on to your butts.
Oh
Whoa,
no!
whoa! Where'd everyone go?
Oh
There we
no!
go. Okay, we're good. We're back to normal. Just had to do a quick jump there to jumpstart my thing. So okay, so Bennett's going to be working on his Drow on the Bow. I currently am working on a giant print that I started back last year on a previous episode of Drawing Conclusions. You would have saw me hanging out with Blue Moon. He is one of the founders of the Suiko Source, excuse me, website. And this is a giant print for the kind of a little bit of fan art for the Suikoden game series. Now, if anybody knows Suikoden, congratulations. There's 3 of you. I loved this game series. Okay, it's from Konami. It came out. It came out. The first one came out, I believe, in 1990. Gosh, like 1996 or 1997. I think, maybe, something like that. It came out in the 90s. But
I was like 10.
yeah, I was in high school, so um, but it's a great series. It's a lot of fun. There's a ton of characters. There's so many characters in this game. So it was a lot of fun to be able to jump in and just kind of draw, all 540 of them.
God.
So yeah,
Man.
so I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you can see. So like basically what I have this set up as is 5 11 by 17 pieces of paper. Okay.
Yep.
And so each page will have the main characters and a lot of story points from that game. So in the very middle is Suikoden 1. Suikoden 2 is right here on the right. Hold on, let me get a boop, bright red marker so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. Over here is, oh no, gotta use the pen. Come on, you're killing me. Over here is, so that's Suikoden 2. I don't want it in there. I want it up on its own. There we go. 3, 4, and then I'll do 5 over here. So the fun part about these games is there's so much overlap. Like the characters overlap. There's like some of the characters from the first one show up in the second one and in the third one. There are characters that were in the first one that are in the fourth one, and the fourth one takes place 100 and some odd years before the first one.
Gosh.
It's just layers and layers and onions, and it's so much fun. So this is a lot of fun. So there's a ton of characters here. I think tonight I'm gonna be working on some colors. I don't know. Maybe I'll jump in and do some more lines and some other characters in some of the other games. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of characters. A lot to go through.
Yeah, it looks like it. Like, holy moly.
Like, I mean, and you know me. I've worked on this stream. I've worked on these big, huge, like lots of character splash pages before, and I'm just a masochist. I like the pain. I like the punishment. This one is a whole different flavor of ouch.
Yeah.
You're yeah.
Me.
So there's a couple things that I want to do. I either want to work on this, maybe I'll work on a D&D character at some point because we're gonna be hanging out for a little while.
Yeah.
I don't know. So if anyone's feeling that, do you guys want me to do that? Do you guys want to like roll up a random character here real quick? We could do that. We could just make up.
Just draw whatever you roll.
Draw whatever we roll. Yeah, have fun with it.
Right,
I mean, we could absolutely do that. Like do just a random thing where we just roll up a class and race and all that stuff, and I'll just draw it. Like we can do that too. That's fun. That's always a good time. We've done that a few times on this show too. That's always fun. If we want to do that, we can absolutely do that.
Not done that.
Hey, Friendship Magic Games. I'm happy you're here. Gizmo, yeah, we can do that. That's totally fine. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna X out a couple things here so you don't see what I've been working on, because there's more stuff that's just in the pipeline. By the way, for friends of mine, people that are follow me and then go follow me to conventions and stuff like that, there is a third Little Game Master book in the works. I'm excited about that. I'm not positive as to when that's going to hit Kickstarter, but it is coming. I'm excited about that. What have you got going on right now, Bennett? What have you got? What have you been? I know what you've been working on, but what do you want to talk about?
Secret stuff.
Is there anything you can tell us?
I'm doing things. That's about it.
that's all I'm gonna give you. That's it.
Currently, I'm doing things that might hit Kickstarter this year. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
I'm
sworn to secrecy. Sworn to secrecy. But I'm doing stuff. Living the dream, or attempting to live the dream. So.
Dunix asking, hey, since we both did one of the corrupted tarot cards, because that's something else that we both did since we were both on here. Can we talk about that process while a random character comes to life? Absolutely, we can.
Hell yeah.
We can absolutely do that. All right, I'm gonna do a couple things here real quick. I'm gonna bust open my my vault here. I'm gonna grab a D20. I think there's a random character D20 list online somewhere.
Oh, it has to be.
Random character creator table. I gotta put D&D here in here somewhere. D&D.
Probably.
All right, let's do that. Random character generator tables, compilation random character creation tables and tools. Let's see if that one looks good. We'll find out. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not at all what I'm looking for. I got a mold for Christmas to make resin cards out of like cards. What kind of cards?
Ooh, like playing cards?
Like playing cards? Like Deck of 52?
That's fun.
Gizmo, I appreciate that. Tarot cards. Oh, okay. Oh, very cool.
Ooh,
very cool.
Nice.
All right. You know what I'm gonna do? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna bust out my good old friendly D&D Beyond, because they've at least got lists, and I can just whatever. It's fine. Character.
You got this. I believe in you.
It's fine. We'll make it happen. Create a character. All right. Standard. No, go on. Get out of here. Race. All right. How many do I have on my D&D? Oh my gosh, I have like 40 some things. No.
What? Oh, yeah.
All this different stuff. So, Erikaka, Astema, what's going on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 40. So what, 42? D&D, stop creating content. You're just
use your face.
No, I mean, don't ever
use your face.
Don't ever do that. It's amazing. Okay, all right. So random number generator, random.org. So give me a number between 1 and 42. Okay, 15. All right. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we got a Goliath.
Ooh.
We're doing a Goliath tonight, folks. All right, so we're gonna start off with a little. We're just gonna do a little write up here. So we got a Goliath. The chat is responsible for names.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Choose. Yep. We're good with Goliath. All right. Great. Class. I want this. There's only 13 classes on here. Oh, please be like Bard. I'm begging you.
Oh my god, a Goliath Bard. Did I ever tell you about the Barbarian? That, it was a Goliath Barbarian that I had playing on one of my tables.
Oh gosh, and, that's amazing.
I homebrewed him a bludgeoning weapon that was basically the Goliath's version of a stand-up base, with iron reinforced sides. So if he wasn't playing it, he was beating you with it.
Folks, we have a Goliath wizard.
That's interesting.
We have a Goliath wizard. That is what is selected. You want to see? Okay, so there's a friend of mine that I work with. His name is Colby Polson, and he does very deep dives into character builds. Like
Okay.
basically, he does like min maxing to the nth degree. Like what
Mm-hmm.
you take, why you take it to do a certain build. Like if you want a character that uses nothing but a whip for a weapon, he will figure out how to make that so that it's an effective character in combat.
Okay.
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 Okay,
Yeah.
so that kind of thing. The other day, or a few weeks ago, he sent me a note. Says, "Hey, this is this week's build. What do you think you could do?" And it was a barbarian. So I
Mm-hmm.
drew him a picture of a barbarian,
Mm-hmm.
and there he is.
Oh, I saw that. That's right. You did your slash quite literally. No, yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. I it's so great. I love it.
uh,
Freaking love it.
Homebrew computer module. Okay, those are the best. Watching them grow, express themselves through their characters for sure. I love introducing new people to D&D. Like watching them get hooked on it is there's no better drug. It's amazing.
For sure. No,
Um,
absolutely.
I have paid homage to Ghostbusters and named my Goliath Zool of the Gozerians.
Yes.
Absolutely fantastic. Okay,
Yes.
okay. So Goliath, a wizard, and you know what? I'm gonna throw it out to chat. Chat. He's a Goliath. He's a wizard, and then we'll just let you just kind of come up with. Give me a couple of things about him. Like is he? What kind of a wizard is he? Is he evoker? Is he? Does he do more illusion based stuff? Does he? Or is he more about brewing like love potions and shit? What kind of oh, you know what, here, let's do this. We'll do odds and even. Odds male, evens female. No, wait, hold on. We'll do 1 2 male, 3 4 female, 5 6 whatever. Their choice. You know what I mean? Like
There you go.
indiscriminate. Let's put it that way.
Indiscriminate.
Non-binary. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Non-binary. It was a 2, so he's a dude. Okay, we have a male wizard Goliath.
We got a suggestion that you should go against the type and go
Go
enchantment.
enchantment. Enchantment. I I so badly basically want to draw Vivi from Final Fantasy IX, like that classic black mage,
Yeah.
but a Goliath version.
That's hysterical. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Good gravy. That's great.
And I think I'm going to, because if I had a Goliath that was a wizard, that is absolutely how I would make him dress. I would. If this was my character, I would absolutely do this.
That's great.
I'm that kind of weirdo. It's just
You're my kind of weirdo, Randall.
I appreciate that.
I'm trying so hard to be very organized with my layers. It's been
Dude, I gave up.
Whew.
I just gave up because in all honesty, I work pretty fast, right? So
You work incredibly fast. It blows my mind.
I work pretty fast. So when if I take the time to like slow down and try and do like layer management and stuff, I just end up screwing something up, and it just doesn't work for me. But that's just me. Okay, let's minimize this just a little bit more because I gotta get this steeple point hat in here.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Okay.
It is definitely the steeple hat for me.
Like that's like if I'm gonna do a wizard, that's what I gotta do.
Sure.
Um,
100%.
Friendship, go ahead and lurk away. It's okay. We appreciate you being here.
Listen, it's not lurking when you're invited. Dark enough. It's just good.
So, Bennett, how long have you been? How long have you been playing D&D now? It's only been a few years, right?
It hasn't been that long, yeah. Less time than I've been working for Wormwood, and I've only been working for Wormwood for a little over 5 years.
Okay.
So I think my first game I ever played was uh Nick Trepanier was my first DM, and he's still my DM. It's a different campaign, but yeah, that was God, probably a year or two after I started working there. So I've only been a D&Der for about three years or so.
And how long did it take you to start running games?
I've been running the game that I'm currently doing for a year and a half.
Okay.
And I've done some side stuff in between, um, like little side campaigns or one shots and things like that. Uh, since then, so really, I started homebrewing stuff before I even knew how to DM. Like I started
Sure.
making stuff up before I even understood how the system really worked,
Sure.
and then as I like dived in and figured things out, I went back and like either fixed all my stuff or went, it's fine the way it
It's good.
is.
It's fine. Um, now have you been solely 5e or have you dipped into some of the other versions of the game at all?
Solely 5e for D&D.
Okay.
I have played some other systems. So I've played a completely homebrewed system like way back in the day. I've played let's see. I've played Fate. I've played the D10 system that 7th Sea uses, if anybody knows what that is. I know DJ does. That's fun. You're basically like if you don't know what it is, you're basically a swashbuckling pirate hero. And the way that the system works is you're supposed to be a hero. So if you do bad things knowingly in the game, you actually there's a mechanic built in that gives you corruption, and you have to, get rid of that before you can get any new like abilities or things like that. And if you don't get rid of it and you fall too far into corruption, you lose your character and they become a villain.
Ooh, I like that aspect of it. That son of a gun. That happened to me in the very first D&D game I ever played. The guy that ran my campaign, we played for years. It was me and a couple of buddies, when we were in like middle school, freshman year of high school kind of thing, like youngins,
Sure.
And he's running this game, and he's just throwing in whatever he feels like we're gonna have fun with. So at one point, Quinn, thank you so much. Thanks so much for this sub. Appreciate that.
Hey, hello, Quinn.
He at one point I said, you know what? I want my character to be able to build and use a lightsaber, because that makes sense. But
Yeah,
you know
sure.
what? He was like, you know what? Fine, yeah, that's totally cool. You can make a lightsaber, sure.
Why
And
not?
then, you know what he did? Because I invited in the lightsaber. He invited in the aspect of light and dark,
Of course.
corruption and purity, that kind of thing. And
Of
what
course.
happened to my character? My character turned to the damn dark side based on the choices that he made. And at some point, I lost control of him at the end of the game. And he just walks away. And the
That
next campaign that we played, he was the
was the
big
big
bad.
ass.
Son of a gun.
I would have done the same thing, but
Oh,
worse.
but
But worse.
worse.
Well, see, so my DMing playing style, right? is I'm all about everybody having fun.
Yeah.
Anything that you can do, I can do. Anything that I can do, you can do, right? So
Okay.
I'm
Sure.
not going to be unreasonable. I'm very much a believer
Rule of
you
cool.
know, yet well, rule of cool as long as it's not too much. Because sometimes the rule of cool can be a little over the top. Sometimes, depending on, what my biggest thing is I will always say yes and or yes but. Um, I won't ever say flat out no unless it is something just either,
Ridiculous.
either too ridiculous or like crossing a line, right? Um, so that's kind of how I do the thing. And a lot of the time, when I when I DM, a lot of anybody who's had been in a game that I've run, they're like, Bennett will pound you into the table surface, but he'll make it worth it.
Nice.
Perfect example. A homebrew monster that my table just beat recently. Now, for those of you that don't know, I have this entire theme of uh, uh, bad guys, a faction of monsters called husks. There's tons of different kinds of them, tons of different abilities. They are they look like zombies with tree bits on them, but they are neither plant nor are they undead. Um, and they've got this really creepy vibe, right? And
Sure.
the big bad creates them. It is an extension of his power, and all of that. Um, and one such husk that I have named the Petrified Husk is basically a big old root system that is in between a golem and a treant. Uh, and it has this mechanic where there's a temporary health pool. Now, this temporary health pool, while it is up, you have to do a certain amount of damage in your turn in order to drop that health pool down 1 point.
Oh gosh.
Once that and when that so it's you like pummel the hell out of it and like nothing happens kind of, or at least visually, but it is slowly like whittling it down. And like when you get past a couple points, cracks start to appear and things like that, so the players can see that things are happening.
Sure.
But this thing is terrifying because then after that, like once you get past that health pool, the petrified wood exterior of its root system breaks open, and you see like this glowy green sap that is totally not acid. It is. um, and like when you hit it, or when a player hits it, or when it hits you, it does extra acid damage because it's just leaking everywhere and fucking frenzying around. Oops, sorry if I'm swearing. Um, and it's just a nightmare. If anybody has ever played Gears of War, the video game, uh, I modeled this monster off of the terror the Berserker gives you like the first time you ever see it. Where it's basically invincible and literally just runs through you and punches you into a puddle.
I remember that. The first time I played Gears of War, I was like, "What is that?"
Yeah, and then you have to hit it with
Ugh.
like the laser from the sky in order to
Yeah.
heat up its armor in order to hurt it. I didn't want to do something like that, so I made this other worse mechanic instead.
Some of the funnest things I think I remember from like early games and stuff is when I or my DM would use plot points or characters from video games or books and things like that, but change them just a little bit so that it's a nice little Easter egg.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And they just kind of put it in there. Like there was one time where we went and like going way back to the original Diablo, we went
Oh, yeah.
in. We went into a place and we had to fight a person called the Butcher.
Nice. I remember the butcher. I know
Yeah.
exactly who you're talking about.
So I was like, oh, this is so great. It was a lot of fun. It's stuff like that. That's one of the things that I love about tabletop is just the creating the story and using uh, references that everybody will understand and appreciate.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
that's always fun. Uh,
Oh,
where
for
do I,
sure.
where do I want to put this hand? Let's move it out.
A
Just
lot of the time, I like play with a lot of people that I've played in other games with and things like that. So
sure.
sometimes some of my characters from other games appear in the game that I'm running, tweaked to fit the setting and the
Sure.
world, but they have like the same name, the basic same MO, and it's just like fun for any of the players that are, on my table that know what the hell's going on. They like give me that cameo look, like it's they like get super excited about it, and
Yeah,
it's just
for sure, for sure. I've noticed that a lot of popular people in the D&D community have um, have characters that they played either in an online live play game or something like that they'll bring over and they'll use in one shots for charity events and stuff like that.
yeah. Well, and
So
that's always it's just for me it just feels like smart because you have all this experience playing this character and it's like it's easy like for me like as a creative it would be easier to bring something in that people would know and could recognize or associate with because of whatever, they've kind of established already to do
sure,
this one shot and you don't like have like a throwaway character and you get to play this character either similarly or different in a new situation or whatever and I love that. I think that's the recycling of characters is super fun because you can be exactly the same character, you could be that person, but if they made different decisions, like who knows.
all right. I think we've got our Goliath Vivi sketched up here.
It works so fast, it makes me mad.
Sorry. Sorry. Sorry, dude.
No, don't apologize. Don't ever apologize, but it makes me mad.
So, so we're gonna jump in. We'll do some inks, and then we'll see if we have enough time to do colors and stuff tonight. Either way, it'll be fun. Oh wait, no, wrong layer.
See? Organize, man. Gotta organize.
I have 2 layers.
I have 2
I have
layers.
two. What? What? What else can I do?
uh,
Slushy, hey, welcome. Welcome so much. Did I save? No, I've not saved anything yet. This is not a project piece. This is just me hanging out. Let's go in here and we'll go to where's my drawing conclusions folder? There we go. Okay, we're gonna do rando character. You know what? I wanna I have saved now. You know what I would love to do is I would love to do a show. First off, for people that know what Drawing Conclusions is, Drawing Conclusions is where I have people come on, industry experts, influencers in a specific area. I have them come on and talk with me usually about IPs that we love, that we both love, and we want to talk about, and things like that. I want to talk about The Mandalorian. I want to come on and I want to talk about Mandalorian. I friggin' love that show. Like,
buddy, that show is so good.
it's so fun. It's such a fun show. Like
Oh, yeah.
it's this great space opera epic show, but it's a western. It's
Yeah,
absolutely a western. And it's so
absolutely.
fun.
And it's so well done and it like is so great within the already established like
The
Star
lore and
Wars
yeah.
universe and everything. I loved it. I absolutely, and I've heard this a lot of different places. It absolutely reignited my love for Star Wars.
They were smart about how they did it. How they brought in certain characters. They were
Mhm.
smart about the way they used the existing canon to develop this character and where he came from and what he's about. You know,
Yep.
I mean, he's a Mandalorian, so of course they're gonna bring in Boba Fett. You know,
Well, see, that I honestly didn't expect it at
I
all.
I did. I did. And the best, you know what's great? Um, what was really great is, do you remember, did you ever watch Parks and Rec?
Oh,
There's a scene where Patton Oswalt goes on to Parks and Rec and does like a filibuster at the town hall meeting talking about how they could have fixed Star Wars after the prequels came out.
yep.
And one of the little blurbs that he talks about is the exact opening scene for the Book of Boba Fett, where Boba Fett escapes from the Sarlacc pit. And but Patton Oswalt, like what he said and how he said it, it's like almost like verbatim how it happens. And this happened, what, 10, 15 years ago?
Sure.
10 years ago is
Uh,
when that show was out, something like that. It was awesome.
didn't they also do that like in one of the comics too? Like they had that as like canon in one of their
It might
comic
have been.
strips.
It might have been.
Yeah, which is just so good. Also, Quinn, sorry, we're just seeing your question. I want to go to Galaxy's Edge so bad, just for the experience. Like, I haven't been to a theme park or Disney in forever, and I like loved that place when I was younger. And the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge thing, man, I would love to just go and have a friggin' great old time. And I haven't even started Book of Boba Fett yet.
Um,
I'm gonna
the
wait for like more episodes
yeah,
because I need to like sit down and just binge it.
yeah.
That's just how I just binge it.
I think
Anytime I see a thing online, I'm like, nope, skip, nope, no
yeah,
spoilers, nope.
I think the fourth episode of the season came out today.
Nice.
Quinn, I've the last time I was down in at Disney in 2019. I went down there, so it was before Galaxy's Edge opened in Florida. So I didn't get to do all the cool stuff that's down there now. When I went, I was down there. Yeah, no, my oldest son and I have been talking about saving our pennies to go down and build our lightsabers in the Jedi training room thing. Like where you have to go into the junk market, find the one guy, and have him put the pin on your shirt so you can actually get into the building.
Ugh, I want to do it.
I
Just
want to do
again,
it so
just for
bad.
the experience,
Yeah,
just for the
yeah.
experience.
It
That's
looks
all I.
so good. Oh, you went
I
and
don't
did
even.
it, Quinn?
Oh, that's so
I'm
great.
jelly. I'm super jealous. Um,
So great.
we want to do totally want to do that the next time we go down. The last time we were there, we went to, I think it was like, it's Disney Springs, and they have a Star Wars shop at Disney Springs. So we went in and we built the little plastic lightsabers while we were
Yeah,
there.
sure,
You know what I mean?
sure,
You
sure,
know,
sure. Yeah.
the little cheapy ones, whatever. But you know, that was a great experience because the day that we went was Father's Day, and I went and I built lightsabers with my son.
That's fun. Yeah, that's memories. That's
That was that, like, of all the stuff that we did at Disney on that trip, that's the best memory I have, is going there and sitting with my oldest son and building a
hell yeah.
lightsaber with him on Father's
That's
Day. It was awesome. It was so much fun.
nice.
Wall
That's
mounted, yeah. They did, I did that one for my kid. Yeah, yeah. It's a nice option. It's a great option that they have that there too. What the fun part was is we didn't follow any of the instructions on how to build to get like a specific character's
Yeah.
lightsaber. Like they have like the build layout to get Luke's lightsaber or Obi-Wan's or Darth Vader's. And we didn't follow any of those. We just started putting pieces together that we like. And my son's was like almost exactly Obi-Wan Kenobi's. The only difference is that they had the option to do the guard in blue to match the blue blade, and I was like, all right, cool, that's fun. So yeah, go ahead, that's unique, that's fun, that's cool. And what I didn't realize is the one that I put together is Qui-Gon Jinn's, like exactly.
That's so
It was
funny.
so funny, yeah, but it was really cool. The pin now comes with the saber. We didn't either. We did whatever you wanted. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Gizmo took her to 7-year-old son to build him because her husband does not like Star Wars. Someone's going to teach the poor.
Oh,
Oh, you got one of those Ultra Sabers? I've
mhm.
heard about those too. So cool.
I thought
Um,
everybody's just nerding out about Star
yeah,
Wars.
that's
That's
fine. It
great.
happens. Hey, we're talking.
Oh.
We're building a D&D character here. Knock it off.
No,
Jeez.
that's not what I meant.
And we're gonna somehow get some, like, get some tattoos going on him or something.
My cat's got the zoomies.
Meow. Meow.
Like, literally. He is meowing.
Oh. Yeah, a lot of people will sit and watch me on stream and watch me draw, and they'll ask the same questions. You know, they'll be like, "How do you draw so fast? How do you do this and that?" And they don't realize I just turned 40. Okay, I've been doing this for like my entire life. I have pictures. I have pictures of me drawing with a crayon at my parents' like coffee table. You know what I mean? Like, I've literally been drawing since I was old enough to hold a crayon. I got kicked out of so many classes in high school for drawing in the margins of books. It's like,
bruh, me friggin' too, but you're still like you're inhuman.
I'm also 10 years older than you. Knock it off.
Dude, you're 5 years older than me. Shush your face. Acting like you're so old. Get out of here.
Hey, dude, I feel it, man. I'm getting old. I am getting old. My wife will even tell you, she's like, "Gosh, you act like an old man now. You groan when you stand up. What's that about?" I'm like, "I can't help it."
You're getting called out, my guy.
I did get called out. It was. I straight up got called out. It's like, all right, time to jump back on the treadmill. Okay.
You just gotta Tai Chi it right back at her. Be like, "Honey, what does that make you?" Don't ever do that. You will be on the couch so fast.
That's a bad. That's not. I don't think that's a good play.
You will be on the couch so fast.
I don't think that's a good decision.
I'm just a ball buster. I can't help it. Anybody that lands me forever is in for a ride. I'm saying.
Hello.
Say I feel bad for them, but I honestly don't know.
It's great. It's fine. You're gonna love it. I got the Darth Maul. Oh, nice. Oh, okay, that's cool. Into these shows savvies and buy a different kyber. Oh yeah, I heard about that. How you can change the color of your crystal. I also heard there's like special black ones or something that can be that do something different.
Find I think all I know is that the black ones that you can find are in the, like, when you buy like the little packs that have a random crystal in it. It's like a random thing. I don't know beyond that, but they're like the rarest to find or something like that.
Quinn, yeah, I'd love to see him. Absolutely. A friend of mine went down, and he did the I think it's more like nature based build of the lightsaber at the thing, where it's got like the horn and the leather, it looks like leather straps on it. He did that one, and it looked really cool. Looked really cool. Black ones, that could be it. Okay. Oh, did you get that one, Quinn? I don't know that that's the one that I would choose, just because I'm such an old school lightsaber guy. Like, I love, like, if you look at Qui-Gon's lightsaber, it's super. Oh shit! Do I have it right here? I do. So, like, Qui-Gon's is super clean and simple, and I love it. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's just, and of course the green, because
so clean and simple. God, you sound like an old man.
Dude, clean lines. I'm a design guy. I went to school for graphic design for 4 years. What do you want from me?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Just sitting here busting my balls. Man.
Listen, I told you. It's what I do. It's what I do.
Dova! How you doing, buddy?
Dova! What's up?
Good to see you, man. Glad you could join us.
Peoples that I like.
Yeah, no, see, okay, Bennett, I gotta do one more Worm Roost session, too.
Yes.
I
Oh my
have to do one more
gosh.
Worm Roost session because I owe Dova a game.
Yeah, you do.
Because I owe Dova a game hard. He needs to jump in and needs to play. Um, and the next one is going to be the last one, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to
Sweet.
completely determine whether or not the kingdom protects the seal or not.
How many sessions did you run? 2, 3?
5? I think we did 4 or 5 total so far.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Is and every group had a different group of people, and so it was so much fun because all these great people in the community jumped on and were able to bring a little bit to the story in this
Yeah.
world. It's so much fun.
So great. So great.
Protection and defense with the combo elemental nature. Okay, very cool. If he doesn't bust your balls, he doesn't love you. Is that true?
Dave? Yeah, that is 100% a fact. That is literally all my friends know it. The harder I rank on you, the more I like you.
That makes you feel good, Bennett. Okay.
Good.
So I'm hoping that here in April, I'm gonna be able to come and hang out at PAX East and come and visit you there in Boston.
I freaking hope so, my
I
dude.
really want it to happen. That's my goal. Is I want to be able to come and hang out. I want to introduce the East Coast up in Boston area to Little Game Master and work with some of our GLU people up there and hang out and have a good time. Um,
Oh, excuse me. That would be pretty freaking sweet.
I would like that very much. It'd be a lot of fun. Be a lot of
Oh
fun.
yeah.
I've got a new setup going for conventions where I'm going to be doing art demonstrations very much like this at the booth. So I'll have a monitor up behind me so people can see what I'm drawing while I'm drawing it, and I can talk with them and we can chit chat whatever, and I can do commissions or just do demonstrations while we're sitting there, and I'll take little breaks to sign books
So fun.
and
I
do
love
stuff like
that.
that. But that's what you have to look forward to if you can catch me at a convention this year.
I mean, if you're at PAX, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, I will. That's the
Not
hope.
like I don't live down the freaking road.
Yeah, that's the one. Those are some of the ones I'm really hoping for PAX East and PAX Unplugged this year to be the big ones.
I have never been plugged.
Unplugged was a good time. Unplugged is where I got to meet so many great. That's actually where I met Polly and Bobby for the first time.
Oh, right on.
Like we talked and we'd interacted online, but we actually got to meet them in person at Unplugged. I got to meet Dr. Megan GLU. I got to meet Dr. B for the first time. I got to meet Kelly the Opera Geek.
Oh, nice.
And a ton of people. Connor from Gem Hammer and Sons. Like they do great stuff. Their card decks are so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Deck of Wonders and Deck of Blunders are some of my favorite things that I've ever been able to have as a part of the game, and it's ridiculousness. It's just random ridiculousness that you pull out and then you have to deal with it. It's so fun.
That just sounds fun. That just absolutely sounds fun.
It's a good time. It's a lot of fun. So I would recommend they're a sponsor of Clinical Role here on GLU. So big ups to them. We love them.
Awesome. Yeah, Quinn, if you go to PAX East and you see me, you come say hi. I am all about people just going, "Oh my God, hi, what's up?" Like, so I work at King Richard's Fair
Yeah.
in Massachusetts, right? Um, and I can't tell you now. I didn't work so this past year I worked. The year prior to, because everything was closed, because the word I'm not gonna say. Um,
The virus
it
that
was
shall not be named.
yeah, it was wild because it's like Farm Life had been like super popular, and I've been on it more often because of my new position, and especially after quarantine opened up in Massachusetts and all that other stuff, and everybody came back and all that other good stuff, and me being me and being a part of. Excuse me for totally picking my nose. That's rude. Um, Doing the whole design thing and the prototype stuff and all of the, especially after the coffin vault. The coffin vault
Open
threw
doors.
me like, yeah, it opened so many doors. Like it was great. And then like last year the mausoleum, and then this year with Cap and all that other stuff. Like I'm just loving what I do, and everybody's mad at me because they have to spend money. So I'm like, I'd say I'm sorry, but I'm not
He said,
at the
"Damn
same
it,
time.
Bennett! Stop making so much cool stuff."
No. So
Classic
yeah,
adventuring, the classic adventuring party sets has been amazing. Like they're beautiful to look at. Like, this is what
dude,
I'll say.
we're gonna be doing a new one every. Thank you, Quinn. I appreciate that. We're gonna be doing a new one. We're doing all 12 classes this year. One every month.
Oh my
So
gosh,
yeah, right now you can get Warlock, which is black and purple basically. So it's my favorite set.
it's
Starting the year
gorgeous.
out strong. It's Purple Heart and Zero Coat and all that other stuff. Anyways, I got way off topic. Sorry.
It's fine.
So back to me working at King Richard's Fair after all of this,
Yeah.
exposure online. Um, I can't tell you how many times somebody would come up and be like, "Hey, are you Bennett from Wormwood?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" Um, to a point where I had my back turned to the counter where I was working, and someone came up behind me and was like, "Excuse me, Bennett," and I would turn around and I was like, "Yes," and I was like, "Oh my God, it is you. We heard your voice from like 30 feet away and went, we know that voice," and had to come in and say hi. And I was just like, what is this real life? What is going on?
Love
Like,
it.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. It like doesn't make me feel awkward or anything like that, but it's just, it's weird is not the right word. It's surreal. I never thought
It's
I would ever
bonkers.
be at a point in my life where random strangers would recognize me,
Yeah.
whether by sight or like my voice or whatever, and just be like, "Oh my God, I just wanted to say hi. Can we get a picture?" Like it's just so
What's
bizarre. It's
what
so wild.
you
I
are?
love it,
He
and I
is a
will.
celebrity.
Oh, get out of here!
Bennett's my celebrity
Get out
crush. Get
of
out of
here!
here.
I am. Psst, psst.
Um, what's funny is like depending on what you do, you get different reactions. Like you like
Yeah.
you're on a very successful YouTube channel, and you get some airtime because you make amazing things. Um, like I've got my own little corner of Twitch where I sit here and I doodle and
Sure.
stuff. So I've got a few people that come and hang out, and I really appreciate it. And it's a lot of fun. We
Yeah.
we hang out. It's a good time. If I go somewhere and if I'm doing like if I'm at a booth or I'm doing something like that, people have no idea who I am. But they'll look up and they'll see either the little game master or they'll see one of the couple of prints or something that I've done, and they're like, "Oh, wait, you're that guy. Oh, I follow you on
Sure.
Twitter," or something like that. And it's
Yeah.
like it was never about getting recognition in public spaces. It was about
No, for sure.
for me it was about introducing my kids to D&D. That's what started all this. Like it was all like I literally wrote that children's book just so my kids had a way to figure out what this game was that Daddy was playing with all the dice.
Yeah, exactly. And
And
that's
now,
like beautiful, and I love that about like how your story is based off of that. Like I think that's so cool. And it's life is weird.
life is
Life
amazing.
it is amazing, but it is strange.
It's I'm very much the guy that says, when a door closes, a window opens somewhere. Like that's my opinion. Like okay, that stopped. Okay, now what's happening? Now what? Let's do something else, right? So it's oh, Juice, how you doing? Thanks so much for joining us. Master the Game RPG. Juice, what is going on? That blue is really what blue? What are you talking about? There's no blue.
I got blue.
Yeah, we don't want blue. This guy. Oh gosh, this guy's such a troll. Juice, I love you, but you're a troll. He's okay. So, if anybody doesn't know, I'm a huge Michigan State guy. I went to Michigan State. I still go to Michigan State football and basketball games. And Juice, Master Game RP, is a huge Michigan fan.
Funny.
He's such a troll. Oh, oh my gosh, it's good to see you here, bud. Though I'm glad you could stop in for a minute. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I saw you got that the new Elgato deck. I hope you enjoy it, man. I hope you have fun with that. Do you have your Patreon stuff in the command here? I think I do. My Patreon is so neglected. It's not even funny. I feel bad for anybody that gives me money right now, at least, because I've like literally, Quinn. You know, I haven't been able to stream in months,
Yep.
and it's because there have been projects that I've been working on that I've not been able to. I had to work on. And I couldn't
Yeah.
I couldn't put it on Twitch.
Yep.
NDAs and stuff like that. You know, you can't put that stuff out there unless it's okayed by the people that are doing it. And there are a lot of stuff that I was doing was very much surprise stuff for the holidays and stuff like that, and I didn't want it to be out there. So
Sure. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The Randall streams will be coming back. They will. I promise. We will get back going, and I want to do more of these with Bennett, and I want to get drawing conclusions up and running again, with more guests talking about a lot of more fun stuff. So what I would love for you guys to do, go on to Discord, and see if I can wrangle this up. I want to get. Oh, never mind. I'll get it out there. I'm going to tweet out some invites for you guys to get into the Discord for GLU, because I want you to come in and join the community over there, and you can really get into all the different programs that we do, and you can become involved. Jump into the Drawing Conclusions Discord and tell me what kind of IP you want to talk about. Like if there's a movie or a comic book or a video game or something that you just absolutely love, let's talk about it. We'll find someone that has an expertise in that IP. There are some people that came on that wanted to talk about Discworld. So I had Dr. B on, and we talked about Discworld, and that was a blast. And that introduced me. I had never heard of it. I had never heard about it. Terry Pratchett. Is it Terry Pratchett? Am I right? Am I wrong? Someone in chat will fix me. But I had never read any of those books before, and the book that I read was absolutely hilarious.
Huh.
It was
Okay.
so funny and so and just so well written, and it was just enjoyable. And so now I understand why these people were just going on and on about this book series. And that's one of the things that I love about this show is I get introduced to things that maybe I didn't really know. Like I was never a huge fan of anime in general. One of the first shows we did was about Cowboy Bebop. Love Cowboy Bebop. It's so good. I'm such a nerd.
The anime,
I'm sorry.
yes. The anime,
The anime
yes.
is great. I've not watched the live action. I've been scared. Don't.
I've been told. I've been
Don't.
told if you really love the anime, don't. Because
Just
it's like
don't.
I get one of two reactions. Either they're like, honestly, it was fun, or I get, honestly, they tried way too hard.
Oh,
So
okay.
I get one of the two. So I haven't. But if you want to nerd out about anime real quick, Demon Slayer, hello.
Okay.
If you haven't seen it,
No.
okay, and you have time to watch it, Demon Slayer is probably one of the most uniquely drawn animes I've seen in a while,
Okay.
while also being gorgeous, and the story and the world is phenomenal.
Okay.
I have rewatched the first season multitudes of times. I have created my own OC, my own breathing technique, my own weapon lore, and like the whole 9 yards. Because I'm a friggin' nerd. I love something when I take myself and go, "What would I be in this world?" OC. But and I'm working on getting. I've heard Jujutsu Kaisen's pretty good, Donut. I haven't had the time to commit to new shows. But what was I saying? Oh, I haven't done the train arc yet, for those of you that know what I'm talking about, and I haven't started season 2, but I am getting there. Uh, oh, I'm so excited! It's a great show, Randall. If you like feudal Japan style um lore, samurai swords, demon monster hunting, it's phenomenal, my dude.
Okay.
And I think you'll love the art, like the art and the breathing
Here,
styles and
here, yeah. I was gonna say, here's the
it's
thing.
so pretty.
Here's the thing. A cartoon can absolutely a comic book, a cartoon, that kind of thing can absolutely grab me if the art is amazing. Like if the art grabs me, I will give it a chance, no matter what I've heard about it.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And the story's really good.
Yeah.
Like,
We
wow.
on this show um, we talked about Cowboy Bebop. We talked about Death Note.
Yes.
I watched the first season of Death Note.
The good old high school angst era.
Quinn Rogue, thank you so much. Thank you so much for putting the Discord up there. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks, Win.
See, normally we had technical difficulties today, and I couldn't get on to GLU's Twitch channel. And normally I would have a mod helping me out. But because we're on my Twitch channel tonight, because that's all we could get set up in time, that's I don't have that. Quinn is acting as my mod right now, and I'm loving her for it. Thank you.
That's great.
I appreciate it. She's saving my bacon.
Whatchamahoozies.
What was I talking about?
What were we just talking about?
We're talking about anime and stuff like that.
Said Death Note.
I said Death Note. We talked about a little bit about Naruto. We talked a little bit about on this show before previously. So I've seen before that I was never a big anime guy. No, I wasn't. Sure. I mean, the only anime that I think I've ever really seen was like Dragon Ball Z, back when it was on like Toonami on Cartoon Network back in the 90s. You know, that's the only real anime exposure I ever had.
Oh, I need to step away for a second. My cat is rolling dice off of my table.
Roll a 20, kitty. The cat's like dumps over his entire like stack of dice, pushes over a dice tower, says roll it, meows out, roll initiative. Coming up, guys, if you haven't been watching on GLU has a live play game called Clinical Role, and it runs every other Monday night, and they're actually closing up the campaign. The campaign's coming to a close here pretty quick, so I would go onto YouTube, look up those old episodes, and watch it, because the cast is amazing. They're all fantastic, wonderful people. And Dr. Megan does an amazing job running that game, so you should definitely check that out. They've got, I think they got maybe 2 or 3 episodes left. I think maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure. But yeah, but do go check that out. All right, I've almost got lines done on our wizard here. I just gotta clean this up. Alright, so I think I've got enough on here that I can take the blue line away.
Oh man, I'm sorry about that, y'all.
Did your cat just like knock over all your dice and say roll initiative?
Not all of them, but Jack is wonderful. I love my cat, right? But when he's hungry, he is the most stereotypical asshole cat that you could. He will purposefully find something to either chew on, like that's plastic, or push something over. That's the only time he's a dink. Most of the time, he's like a dog. He's just loves you and wants to lay down and sleep, and he's just all cuddly and great. Um, but when he's hungry, it's a dink. So
Hey,
I just
Polo
took care of that.
Monkey.
Very good.
Polo Monkey, how you doing? Thanks for
Ah.
joining us. Oh man, this has been fun.
So my apologies.
No worries.
We're back.
No worries. If this is a enchanter, I'm gonna use some purple magic. It has
Now
some
you're speaking my language.
purple magic.
Weeple magic.
Poiple. Poiple.
Weeple. Right. I have got my shading going really quick today. I'm like really happy about this.
There you go.
I'm no Randall Hampton, but look at you. You were already on flats. What a jerk.
It's fine. I'll just. Do you want me? Do you want me just? Do you want me to take a break? Do you want me to just sit back and just chill
No,
for a minute?
no.
Should I stop and just hang out? Hold on, I gotta save. Hold on, you hit the save button.
Oh,
There.
you know what? I haven't done that at all yet. So, file, save. Ding. All right.
Okay, so I have a Wormwood product or two in my collection now, and
Uh-huh.
the new set that I got. It's just so pretty. I decided I wanted to put the very special dice to me in it, right? So I
Hmm.
still have the very first set of polyhedrals I ever bought from like 1994 or something. Like the green gems, right? Just like the clear green plastic polyhedrals from like Chessex or something, you know? And like they've been rolled so much that the edges for the numbers have actually rounded over.
Wow.
Like they're in rough shape. Like they've got some love on them.
Goodness.
I started rolling them in this tray, and they kept rolling one after one after one after one. I'm like, I have to retire you now. I can't use these.
Oh no, that's terrible.
So yeah, it was rough.
Uh, oh,
Thanks
hey,
for,
Dopa. Yeah, thanks again for grabbing some of those. Um, it's it's frustrating when, frames or things that you're like waiting on take longer than
yeah,
expected.
Dova. Thanks so much for the sub, buddy. Um, that's that's awesome. I love but that's one thing that I do love when I go to conventions and stuff, and I walk around. If I go to like the artist alley or whatever, I'll walk around and I'll see all these people that I've seen online or I've known their work from before, and I can actually have a piece of their original art. That makes me so happy.
Sure. Nova, what did you get? Was it the husk or the hollow
Yeah.
there? I think it was a hollow and a sticker or two, if I remember correctly.
Oh, I've got several of
Ah,
them.
that's right, Aurelia. Yeah. So, anybody who is completely out of context here, um, Aurelia was uh, a a opal an opal gorgon, like Medusa style gorgon,
Oh,
uh,
okay,
with
okay, that's
with
what it is. Which one? Okay,
golden. You know what? I'm gonna pull
do
it
it.
up
Pull
right.
it up. Pull it up. Let them see it. Let
Let
them
me
see.
let me let me.
You know what? You know what, Quinn? I could totally take those dice and turn them into like jewelry for my daughter or something.
You could do that. Pass on the bad luck.
You know what? It's fine. She's
Sorry.
no, she's adorable though because I play games with my kids. Like I'll run little Dungeons and Dragons sessions for my kids and stuff. And she
Yep.
created a tabaxi that is a tabaxi wizard that's got it's just like pink fur and a white belly.
Oh my goodness.
And it's the most adorable thing I've ever heard of.
That's great.
It's so
All
stinking
right.
cute.
Where is my stuff here?
So
I have to
cute.
go through my external hard drive. My goodness. Where's the thing?
Where is it? Where's the thing?
Here we go. Here
Where's
we go.
Where's the thing, Bennett?
I organized myself so well, I got lost.
That actually has happened to me before. I've absolutely lost track of pieces. Stuff that I was supposed to print off and have for display and stuff, and I completely lost them.
Oops. Let's go. Here we go. There she is.
Yeah, that's the one.
So the lore with this is really cool. She's got a sister as well, and the sister has a golden sword and shield. Um and they work off of each other. So one will shoot the bow so one's long range, one's melee range. Um and uh Aurelia will shoot her bow at her sister, and her sister will angle her shield so they can do like trick shots and stuff, like around cover and jazz. Like they're lethal. They're terrible. Um, and their gaze petrifies you into gold instead of stone. So then that pulls out that whole, our party member just got turned into gold. Do we actually want to,
Wow,
you
really?
know, yeah, yes. So it like really plays with morality.
Have you had a
Um,
player melt down a co-player?
I haven't used them in game,
Okay.
but it is 100% happen in lore. So Aurelia and Kasia is the sister. I'm gonna pull her up too real quick,
Oh
while
my
we're talking about it.
gosh.
So Aurelia and Kasia are sisters, like I said, um, and they were turned into these opal and gold versions of themselves because of um, a homebrewed like primordial level dragon being in the vicinity,
Ooh.
and basically like took them under his wing, so to speak. Here is the sister. Um, Basically took them under his wing, and they became like his personal retinue sort of deal. Now, this character, this dragon, is named Mitorandus the Opalescent. Mitorandus uh, ends light, plays with color, spray, magics, and things like that. Anything that has to do with light or color or petrification, he does. If he's in bright light, he can turn invisible like super easy. He's Predator as a massive dragon, like he's terrifying, right? If he opens up his wings all the way, like the underneath is super reflective, it basically just blinds you. Um, so these two are like his basically his girlfriends. They're like his mates kind of thing. And he protects them, and they protect him. It's all that other stuff. And there's actually a basilisk version that fits with the theme as well. And they have like a slew of them, and they just go out. The basilisks turn people or creatures into gold. They eat the gold, and that's how they survive. Idorandus, though, is usually in the guise of a human, and he's a mob boss. He's like the gentleman. He's like the gentleman thief. He's super low level, very high to do, very polite. And when you cross him, he introduces you to his dog, i.e., a basilisk or whatever. And then he just gets all the more richer. So it's crime is good business for him. So yeah.
I had a campaign once where the game started off with us going the player characters being brought on a quest to find some hidden treasure somewhere by basically a mob boss. Um, the At the end, we found the treasure, and at the end, the mob boss double crosses us and tries to kill us and take the treasure himself. He ends up getting shot in the back with an arrow by one of the players, and he falls off into like a stream or something, and classic BBEG,
Yeah.
kind of thing. He comes back later as still the mob boss, but he's got he's in a wheelchair now, and he's got a little bit of a slower drawl when he talks and stuff. Like he got messed up when he got shot and when he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And so the entire game, this guy hires us to, comes back and he tries to hire us again. And he keeps getting us into these situations and stuff like that. And at the very end of the game, it turns out that he was actually a good guy on our side the entire time, and he was a dragon. So he didn't. So he was never actually injured or wounded, but he put on the farce the entire game just so that we never thought anything more of him. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun. Do I ever get to play? I have one game that I'm playing in pretty regularly now. It's online with a couple of my buddies from college. That we get together, and it's absolutely everything in this game is RNG. Like, there have not been really too many actual player choices made. Like, when we sat down to roll our characters, we rolled the dice to see class, race, everything, equipment that you start with. With my character, I ended up rolling a human wizard, and I had to roll all the spells that I got to start with. And the only way I got to learn new spells was if I found it somewhere in a library or at a store or something like that. I'm level 9 now. That character's level 9 now, and he just learned Fireball.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm level 9 and I just learned Fireball. I've been almost begging.
You've been wizarding wrong, my dude. You've been wizarding wrong.
It's not that. It's that I literally they couldn't I couldn't roll. It was everything that was on the table. Like Fireball, it was a spell and a scroll that I could have found and wrote down in my spell book from that. But I never rolled that number.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
It's a ton of fun. It's so much fun. It's literally so much fun to play this game. When we level up, you have to roll a d10. There's a chance that when you level up, you have to multi-class.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
So it's like if you roll a 1, you have to multi-class and you don't get to pick what the multi-class is. If you roll it's random. If you roll a 10, but if you roll a 10, you have to multi-class and you get to pick. 2 to 8 or 2 to 9, you stay the same class.
Interesting.
Like stuff like that is thrown in there, and it's like, oh,
that's super interesting.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's tons of fun. It's like that's the type of game that's the game that my buddy Colby that I was talking about that does the builds where it's like everything is like by the numbers, min-maxing. Yeah. I want him in that game so that he has to do everything random and he has no control over what he would lose his mind.
I believe it.
That's so much fun.
That would be hilarious too.
So much fun. I'm not gonna finish this.
Jay's kind of like that. He's very power gamey, but he's not a dink about it. Yeah, Peaches is great. He's on my home table. He's awesome. He's awesome. Oh my gosh. You know, earlier you started talking about the tarot card thing, and we never touched it.
We never did. No, you're absolutely right. We never did. You did was it the Two of Swords?
Two of Swords, yep.
Okay, you did the Two of Swords. I ended up doing the Nine of Wands. And
did you do a Major Arcana too?
I didn't do a Major Arcana, no. I did the Knight of Cups.
All right, cool.
I did the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Wands, are the two that I did. Yeah, I'm super pumped to see the decks. You've seen them.
I've seen the versions of them that we have had so far. We're getting final print versions to go over, or the shop is. or Bobby is, I should say, to go over and show the artists and make sure that everybody's cool with everything before we go to print. But yeah, we're really close to getting the finals on all that stuff, so that's wildly fun. Wildly fun.
I'm super excited to see those and to see how those turned out. They look from the videos that I've seen, they look amazing.
Oh yeah,
They're not just arts about something. It's all Muslim. Oh, I yeah, some of it is. Some of it is. That's true. Like for the longest time, this. I'll do this for you real quick. This is something that I used to do all the time. I used to do an illustrated version of myself, like a cartoon Randy is like, and I draw it all the damn time in college. Like it's just like it was one of those things, and so now I can still do it. Like
God. Like you don't even need to finish it. I can already see it.
right.
It's just like you fuck. Too funny.
So like that's like that's what I used to draw. And so now, just like you said, it's like muscle memory. It's just there.
Yep. So fucking great.
It's just hilarious. I mean, there was a couple of summers where I took gigs at events for like Big Brothers Big Sisters and stuff like that, where I sat and I did caricatures.
That's fun.
It's fun. It's tons of fun.
That's fun. Yeah, that's fun.
So I don't know. This kind of stuff is just it's. I never work a day in my life. This is so much fun.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel at Wormwood.
Yeah.
I really do for sure.
We're lucky enough that we have these jobs that it's like. Would you believe that shortly after we got the art for the campaign, the band broke? Oh no! Did they really? Did your table break up?
Oh no!
Quinn commissioned me to do a campaign poster for her table, and I put it. We haven't played in over a year. Oh,
that sucks.
That's rough. I mean, in all fairness, my normal game, my normal team that I have, we haven't played in close to 2 years. We haven't played since like I want to say like spring of 19. So it's almost 3. So it's like 3 years since we played.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, like we had decided we all wanted to get back and play again, but then we all decided we're gonna wait until everybody can get vaccinated, and then we'll be able to get together and stuff like that. But
sure.
But that delayed, and then something else happened that delayed, and then the two of the people that are at my table are comic book creators, and they were on the convention circuit last fall and in the winter, so they're like, we have no time.
Yeah, for sure. I can believe that.
It sucks up your time, man.
Wow.
Hold on. You know what I actually want to do? I think I want to actually.
What do you want to do?
Oh, that's not the right. That is not the right thing. I think I want to. I want to change this up a little bit. I'm gonna do something different. We're gonna make this like a leather stole on top here, and then we're gonna have. You guys are going to see this. I'll eventually finish this, and I'll get it out on Twitter for everyone to check out, whatever. But right now, this is going to be the blue. This is going to be the blue.
That's Randall speak, guys. For this is never getting finished.
Never. This will never see the light of day. No. I've got a couple of things that I want to do. What?
Nothing.
Getting all this things take me back.
Oh man.
So I did the other day. Like, did you ever watch G4 back in the day?
Yeah.
So G4 has made a comeback. They're an online presence,
Wait.
and
No. Really?
yeah, and they brought back some of the old talent. But I follow Blair Herter and Jessica Chobot
Okay.
on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that. Just because I know them from back in the day from Nerdist and all that, and from G4.
Yeah, yeah.
And well, they ended up getting married years and years ago. The two of them got married. So, but the other day, Blair Herter went on Instagram or Twitter or somewhere and said that he was starting in a new D&D campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was his off day. He wasn't working out or anything, so he's spending the day, reading through the player's handbook and stuff. So I drew a picture of Blair Herter as a D&D character and
Huh.
sent it out to him. And then someone immediately said, "Oh, you gotta do Jessica and make her like a mage or something." So I did that. I did a picture. So I did a picture of Jessica too. And now what I really want to do and send to them is, I really want to send them a picture of. I want to do one of their son because they've got a little guy, and I want to put him in there and I want to send that to them.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
You know,
I did that for my nephew. He's got a D&D persona that is in canon in my campaign. He's a wonderful little bean. He is Ryan the Righteous, and he's the equivalent of a level 20 fighter because of enchanted gear.
oh jeez.
Um, and he is the most wholesome badass you will ever meet. Get
Bennett, I know you won't believe this, buddy, but we've actually gone past time.
the heck out of here.
Folks, drawing conclusions usually only runs for about an hour and a half. And
It's only been an hour and a half. You shush.
it's been an hour and a half.
Wow.
We could sit here probably for another couple hours and just hang out and chill and shoot the shit.
It's
Um,
really easy.
it's
Yeah.
real easy, and we're gonna actually do this again. And I actually 4 minutes over, Bennett.
Oh gosh. Okay.
How dare! How dare!
Oh dear.
Um, and actually, you know what I would love to do, and I want to set this up with you, and I'm going to put this out there in the world. I want to do some charity streams where we just hang out and draw and do whatever and raise money for some good causes. And I'm gonna put the invite out to you right now that we're gonna do that. Um,
Yeah.
some blue.
Some blue. Quinn. There's
Nice.
more than blue over there. You douche face.
All right, so Bennett. No, not quite. Not even close. I got a lot more to do on this guy yet. Well, I'll get him done and I'll get him out to the Twitterverse eventually. It'll happen. I'll maybe that's what I'll do Friday morning for my warm up. I'll finish this up. Oh hey, there's some gray.
What Quinn's cruising, man.
She
Quinn
is.
is cruising. Thank you, Gizmo.
Good looking out, Giz. Appreciate it. Bennett, why don't you tell the lovely folks where they can find you online or what you're up to if you got anything going on here in the near future?
Oh man, where can't you find me? I mean, you can always tune into Worm Life. You'll probably see me a lot on there. But that's work stuff. Personal stuff, you can find me on Twitter. Bennett is Chris Phoenix. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. I do all sorts of different things in all sorts of different places. Other than that, yeah, just keep an eye out. My Etsy shop is Chris Phoenix Design, spelled with an X, because I'm edgy. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. We got a lot of interesting secret projects coming down the pipeline, so keeping an eye out on those socials will get you in line for all that stuff when we start revealing it. Randall knows a little bit, but we're sworn to secrecy, so I'm not going to explain any more than that. And hopefully I can get some cool new art stuff out there for everybody. And next time I'm streaming, I will probably be here with Randall. So yeah.
Love it. Door's always open, bud. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Randall Hampton. I'm the author and illustrator of the Little Game Master series of children's books where Dr. Seuss meets Dungeons and Dragons. Fun, great way to introduce your kids to D&D. Love this, love the pastime. Love being able to sit here and hang out with Bennett and chat about all these little things that we're passionate about. You know, these are the things that we love. These are the things that drive us. So it's always good to do it. If you can, please, because we had technical difficulties tonight. We couldn't get up on GLU's Twitch stream. Go over and check them out on Twitch. Make sure you give them a follow. Go jump into our Discord. You are more than welcome there. All are welcome there. We'd love to have you there to talk with us. Go into the Drawing Conclusions Discord page. Tell us what you'd like to talk about. Tell us what you'd like to see us bring up here on stream. We really appreciate you guys taking the time to hang out with us tonight. It's always great having the chat full of people that can relate and provide some great commentary. So we love having you here. Thanks so much for taking the time. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Bennett, thank you again so much. Hey, thank you for coming and hanging out with me, man. I really appreciate it. It means a lot.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It has been much needed, and I'm really stoked that we got to hang out.
It's good times, buddy. All right, thanks so much, everyone. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful evening. Stay healthy, stay happy, and always take care of each other. Have a wonderful night.